Get right. Yo, we are live from the, you know where we at. We live from the green room, baby. Thank you to our sponsor, Captain Kirk's Jamaican Rum Punch. Thank you to all our subscribers. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you for liking. Thank you for leaving comments. Thank you for all the good stuff. We appreciate you. You're going to want to comment this episode. You're going to want to send your comments in. You're going to want to send your comments in after this one. We have a lot to talk about. Joe Feezy in the building.
What's up, everybody? I have a feeling I'm gonna hear the views of Joe Fox is not necessarily those. I feel like those.
You did say something earlier, and I was like, you're gonna have to address that. I hope Joe Fox knows we're gonna have to address that. If you're looking at my Mets,
I saw that
snap back, and you see the brim is a little off. It's because my child was playing with it, and look at my brim. Now in Brooklyn, I would have to throw this in the trash.
Yeah, I saw that.
Look, my brim is cocked.
Yeah.
You gotta have flat. You gotta have a flat, straight brim in Brooklyn. But we're gonna make it work today. Because
how would you fix that? Like put it underneath the phone book on it or something? What'd you put on?
I would put two bricks.
Right here. Weight it down. You want it flat.
Or I would put something like a piece of wood here, like a plank, and then drive my car onto that piece of wood to smash it down.
Smash it.
But then that was when I was broke. Now, you know how I would fix it? I just get a new one.
He said just get another one.
So I'm gonna lean in towards that.
Okay.
But good news today, like I said, my kid was playing with the hat. But also, I would like to let the world know that my child was accepted into a new school.
Yay!
Got the phone call that he's been accepted.
All right.
And it's dual language. They do Spanish and English the whole entire day. Every class is half in English and half in Spanish.
Really?
For the entire day.
Wow.
Yes.
So,
and every class is about 20 kids to a class, and every class has a teacher and a teacher's aide.
Oh, wow.
Because one of the most important things about, especially starting out in school when you're a child is like not getting lost in the shuffle. There's some kids and teachers only have so much time, so that kind of guarantees that he will get some individual attention from time to time, which I really felt good about.
Yeah, I never had consistent teacher's aide. They only maybe popped up once in a while in school. I mean, I couldn't even remember. I just remember some teachers had it maybe like an English teacher or something, or I don't know. Maybe
you gotta pour it around the ice like that. You see that? You gotta go around the ice.
But you know what I mean? It's like it wasn't a common thing. Not where I went to school.
I had a teacher's aide in kindergarten. That I was madly in love with. To this day, this is years and years and years later, her name is one of the most beautiful names I've ever heard in my life. Her name was Evelyn. And I used to tell my dad and my mom that I was going to marry Evelyn when I was older. And my pops would bring me to school, and I'd be like, you got to come and say hi to Evelyn. You got to come and see Evelyn. And he would come in the room sometimes. I remember my dad being like, yeah, so I heard about you guys getting married. And she's like, yeah, me and Tony, he's my boyfriend.
Look at
I loved Evelyn to this day.
One
of the most beautiful names, Evelyn.
Oh yeah, Evelyn is a very good name. I don't know any non-good-looking, non-attractive Evelyns that I can just remember.
Exactly.
Shout out to the Evelyn that I know.
That's like Simone. That's a fine girl name.
Simone is a fine girl name.
Simone is a fine girl name. Tatiana is a fine girl name.
Yes.
You know any ugly Tatianas?
No.
Good luck.
What's up, brother?
What's the deal?
Not
Tatiana's fine.
Yeah, Tatiana.
Simone, fine.
Yep.
Evelyn, fine. Brenda, nah. Brenda's I wish a bitch would.
But Brenda got a switchblade in a bra, in a bosom.
Brenda's like, let these hoes know.
What's up, folks? What's up? Testing, we good?
Trey D's in the building.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was good, man.
Weekend
was good, man. Friday, we good, straight. Me and wifey hung out, date night. Went to a nice little wine spot in Studio City.
Okay.
Then went to our favorite spot, Thai show. Saturday, had the show in Brea. Her homegirl rented a party bus. She got some new boyfriend, showing off her boyfriend. Was like, I want to go to the show. I want to get a party bus.
Who got a new boyfriend?
One of my homegirl. One of my Ivy's homegirl.
She was showing out for her boyfriend?
For her new boyfriend, yeah.
She rented the party bus for her boyfriend. Okay.
But she wanted to go to the show. So
he called his dudes after the day like, yo, shorty caked up. I'm about to get this bread, son.
Yeah, so we took a party bus to Brea. About 5 of us. Had a good time. Our homegirl Patrice from Vegas. Yeah. She was in town, stayed the weekend with us. So we did the party bus to Brea, had a good time. Dope. Sunday, went on the boat with Shake in Westlake Village.
Okay.
Hung out on the boat for a couple of hours, man. Then had a good dinner.
I've never been on the boat. He told me a couple times, like, yo, come get on the boat.
Yeah. Your next weekend, man. Your next like a Sunday, you around?
You know what's funny? I got a call today from a television show in New York, like a Fox affiliate. They do like this urban, new, whatever the pop culture, the pulse of the pop culture is with black people. Okay. And, we got to have you on. Like, you're so opinionated and we'd love to have you on. I'm like, all right, bet, let's put this together.
Yeah.
Let us know a Friday you free and you in New York. right. Look, they literally, like, let us know a Friday that you free and you in New York. I'm scrolling on I'm like, yo, I ain't got a Friday open until like
2026.
I was scrolling. I scrolled through April, through May, through June, July, August, September, October. I was like, oh, Halloween is on a Friday, but I'm like, I'm not going to.
They ain't gonna be shooting there, Friday.
I'm like, I'm gonna be with the baby, so I'm not gonna fly to New York and not do Halloween with my kids. So that Friday's not even open. So I'm like, yo, bro.
Let's go ahead and pass out on to the wax.
Yeah,
pass out on the tray.
We gotta figure that one out.
Yeah, good. Yeah. It don't look like it's gonna happen no time soon.
So I say all I have to say. I'll try to get on that boat eventually.
Any Sunday, man. You know what I mean? We'll set it up, man. It's a dope vibe, man. It's relaxing. You can bring Charleston.
They say you're supposed if you around water or you look at a body of water for a certain amount of time, it actually lowers your blood pressure. So to be out on the water,
it's calming.
I'm sure it's super calming.
Dope. I can't wait till I'm able to purchase. I mean, they're not really that expensive, but it's about having the space. Like, do they have enough space for you to dock the boat there? You know, but as far as price wise, there's nothing like really crazy to buy one.
No, what body of water is it on?
It's a lake in Westlake Village.
Okay.
It's this lake. It's a whole bunch of houses and restaurants. In the middle of that is this nice, dope ass lake. It's a pretty big lake.
All right.
You just try the boats and eat. You can dock by the restaurants. They'll bring you the food to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
It's a spot like, no, it's not like that. It's not like boats, but it's a spot in Malibu that Charleston likes to go to. It's just the beach. You can drive down Malibu, and it's a part of the beach where there's a restaurant there, and if you in the sand, not too far away, you can order and they'll bring the food to you. Yeah. So we go and take the sand toys and let them just dig and play and run around. And I'll just be like, yo, bring another one right here. Just let him run around, have a good time, let him play until he's tired.
Yo, life is about, having the best quality of life within your means. You know what I'm saying?
Enjoying those things.
Having the best quality of life you could possibly have within your means. You know what I mean? You don't have to be rich or millionaire or billionaire to have the best quality of life.
You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? Like, that's such a poignant statement. Because the problem with people is they want to have the best quality of life outside of their means.
Right.
So they end up in debt. They end up broke. They end up robbing. They end up stealing. It's like if you just stayed in your range.
There's so many dope quality things you could do.
That's on. Now we got to really go into that because that applies to so many different levels. Like, there are girls for men. There are girls that are within your price range, so to speak. I'm not saying, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
There are girls.
Clean that.
You don't understand what I'm saying?
No. I mean, I know what I'm saying. Yeah.
There are girls that don't require as much work.
Right.
That are
beautiful.
They know who they are. They know that you don't have to do all that fancy stuff for me. If you are genuine and a gentleman, and you know what you want out of life, like I can get down with that.
Right.
But a guy will go, nah, I want the bad bitch that's gonna make me spend all my money, and I got to do all this stuff for and be broke and not happy.
But even on the backside, there are a lot of bad chicks who's the first option that you just said.
Right. No, I'm saying those. That's what I'm saying. Those girls are nothing wrong with them.
Right.
But for some reason, like you said, you don't want the quality of life within your means. You want the quality of life
that you see outside.
Like the chicks on IG to be posting any bitch that posts on any bitch that posts on IG when she in a Rolls Royce and she does this. So you can see
double R.
Shorty, calm the fuck down.
Calm the fuck down.
You ain't riding the whole time.
That ain't you.
You ain't riding like this just so I can see this. It means nothing to me.
Right.
But that's what she's doing. She's trying to show you that I'm
this. So don't
in a different space.
Yeah.
But this is the bitch that got 4 cats and 7 roommates.
Yeah.
But once you get in that car, it's like
would just get smashed for the weekend.
Right. By the rich guy.
By the rich guy.
Yes.
That's false advertisement.
You know,
the rich guy will be like, yo, I'll come through and let you take pictures for your IG.
Yeah.
And smash you all weekend and just,
Yeah, and send you back on your merry little way.
Get you some likes.
Yeah. Get you
the clout chasing, as it were.
Yeah.
That instant validation, man, they'll get it any way that they can, huh?
But fellas be doing the same shit.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
It does go both ways.
You
about to get on the jet.
Yeah.
You about to get on the jet.
And I mean, and look, I mean, I get it, you just can't, once you start believing your lie, or if you start making it a lie, there's nothing wrong with getting on a jet, taking a picture of you getting on a jet, if that's what you're doing. That's all fine and dandy. But it's about either the intentions behind why you're doing it, or are you truthful?
Is that your real lifestyle?
If that's your real lifestyle.
Do you do that a lot? Is that a regular occurrence for you? But if you're just doing it,
to make it seem like this is just what you do,
like this,
or you paying for it, or this is just.
That's what I dislike that even more. I dislike that even more to make it seem like you did it. Like, yo, if you with somebody that's paying, fine. Yo, the homie brought the jet out.
Thank you.
That's taking a trip. Yo, fam brought the whatever. Pulled up in the so and so I jumped in it. But if you like, yo, boss is over here. This is like, you doing too
bring
much
that
shit all the way down.
Yeah.
I saw a meme on Instagram one time that speaks volumes continuously, consistently, regularity with regularity. Yeah. It said, before you start fronting and posting on Instagram, remember some of us really fucking know you. I took that like, yo, that's why I don't gotta do the shit.
Right.
And that's why I don't fake the shit.
But
I don't got, bro, I could post my you see my car outside? I could post that shit right now if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, what I care?
There's always somebody that's more of a boss than you say you are.
Yeah.
Or for real. I mean, real bosses don't do shit like that, in my opinion.
It just,
Bill Gates ain't never posted a fucking the money phone.
Right.
Bill Gates ain't never posted the money phone. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
We're from the culture where, we haven't, it's been so long since niggas had shit. And when you get shit, it's just like
you want to show everybody.
Wait. You said it's been so long. Niggas ain't never had shit.
I was about to say.
Niggas ain't never had shit.
That's called show off.
Unless you're going back to when we was in Africa. We had diamonds and
stuff. We had the diamonds and the gold and the jewelry.
Other than that, we ain't never have shit.
Show offism.
Yeah. And every now and again, I get it. Yo, you work hard. Look, man, I want to show a motherfucker and that's okay. Mm-hmm. That's perfectly fine. Because you could actually be motivating somebody else. Like, yo, this nigga posted his Honda just like he posting the Mercedes.
Yeah, it's a progression.
So, wow. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I've seen your progression. You know that, which is okay, but how many niggas willing to post a Honda?
Right.
Just like they willing to post a.
It's about it's about being comfortable in your own skin.
Well, whatever you doing.
It's about waking up every day and just like yo, I'm me. Like you know what I'm saying, I don't. None of this makes me like. Just so funny we talk about this because I said I was in Dallas. Shout out to Dallas, Texas, by the way. Show was amazing.
You gotta hear this story.
I was in Dallas over the weekend. Right. We was going to eat. This is related but unrelated.
Yeah.
We walk in to go get food. We go to kitchen and cocktails.
All right.
Spot.
And dude got a Dodge Charger parked on the sidewalk. Parked, on the street. A black Dodge Charger. Not,
Nothing
not,
crazy.
not like, bro, you okay, you
gotta charge it.
Yeah.
Basic, you
Yeah.
know. And
22s.
the motherfucker had a sticker on the passenger side. First of all, it was black, tinted out black. You couldn't see shit inside.
Right.
Had a sticker on the side of the passenger window that said, "Yeah, your baby mama's your BM is inside." So I walked past and I looked at it and I was like this. and then Phil was with me and Phil was like, "What you laughing at?" I was like, "Nah, man." And then Tone was like, "Nah, what?" Nigga, I was like, "You just started laughing on a reason." I said, "Wait, stop." Then we had to walk back. I said, "Well, we gotta walk back."
Read that.
I said, "Look at this, man. It says your baby mama's inside." You know what that means? That pretty much guarantees that your baby mama's not inside that car. Because if you that corny that you got to put that on your car, that pretty much guarantees not only is my baby mama not in that car, but nobody's baby mama's in that car. Because that car gets no bitches.
Right.
Because to put that in your window is a dude that is trying too hard.
Yeah.
You're trying too hard.
Much. Yeah.
So then to go back to what we were talking about, I said to them, I said, "Yo, that's a nigga, like," I said, "I want to stand here and see who gets in that car." I literally want to wait until this motherfucker, because I guarantee y'all this nigga's not cool.
Right.
I don't know who he is.
Right.
But cool ain't that.
Right.
Right?
That
And
messed everything up.
Listen, cool, you can't buy cool.
Nope.
You can't wear cool. You can't spray cool on.
Cool water, maybe.
Right?
Yeah,
Cool water.
cool water
cologne. But you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't.
Mm-mm.
It's either in you or it's not.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Now, speaking as, I'm not just a member, I'm the player president.
Right.
It's okay to not be cool.
Right.
To be okay with who you are is actually, here's the weird thing, cool.
Yeah, be who you are. Embrace
If you a
that shit.
nerd and you go, "Yo, man, I'm just like a nerdy kind of guy and I like to do my Pokemons or whatever, the Dungeons and Dragons, that's my thing. I know it ain't for everybody, but that right there is cool.
Yeah.
But to be like, okay, I'm this guy, but I gotta act like this guy, that's not.
You need to be validated on every level of your life.
Yo, just be you, man.
Yeah, just be you. You ain't gotta put a
it's
billboard
cool
on your
that
car.
That ain't my thing, man. I ain't cool. I'm cool on that. That's not my thing.
I had a dude call me corny because on IG I had posted about my my opinion on that track incident with the girl hit the girl with the baton, and I was like, "Yo, it possibly could have been an accident." Boom, boom, boom. You know, after looking at certain angles of the footage, I didn't know that shit was gonna go crazy viral. Everybody just whatever.
Having an opinion will go viral.
Yeah. So a dude was like, "Man, you mad corny? You just saying the opposite just to get views." And I'm like, "Nah, I really just thought it may have been an accident." So I'm like, "Dude, you can mad corny." I go on this nigga page. This nigga got the dyed beard. This nigga was on the balloon dating show on the balloon pop. Every picture this nigga got showing the Bentley thing at the mall with this bag and that bag.
See?
Dyed beard, dyed.
Let me say something.
Everything name brand.
Let me say something.
That's called projection.
Let me say something. I don't know this cat. I don't know who you're talking about. I had no conversation with this dude, whoever you're talking about. I'm pretty sure he drives a black Dodge Charger. And the sticker on the window says your baby mama's inside. I'm pretty sure that's that.
I said I would say that's that nigga.
Out of here, right there.
I'm pretty sure that's the dude I was talking about.
It was hilarious. I didn't even respond to it. I just looked at all the niggas. I said, "You know what?
Yeah, you got it, son.
I said, you got it, yo."
We're going to jump out of this real quick for a second. Yo, the new Captain Kirk's Comedy Lounge is open in Brooklyn, New York.
Hey.
It's on Broadway. I believe it's 1000 Broadway or 1001 Broadway.
I gotta take a toast to that.
I'm gonna pull it up and put the address
Where's
right here.
your ice?
Yo, the old location got water damage from the fire next door. We remember that. He's up and running again. New location. I gotta go home and
Kirk,
do a guest set.
Just let me know, man. I'll come. It ain't nothing for me to come out there, so just let me know.
Captain Kirk, yo, back in business, bro. We appreciate you, man. Love.
Cheers.
Yo, Brooklyn, go support that.
Captain Kirk's rum punch. I love it.
Man, we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
I want to go. Go.
No, listen. What would you like to start with?
Well, I'm about to ask. Do we want to go serious or do we want to go?
We already started.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't been serious. Nigga, your baby mama's in here. It's not serious. I would like to start with, and you guys, this is a popular opinion. You guys, I can get outvoted.
Right.
Yeah.
So today, Craig Fox made a comment.
Hilarious.
on social media. What was it? Facebook?
What was this? You talking about a while ago?
Okay. Joe Fox responded to something that we posted today. And I said, I'm very, very curious as to why he said that.
Okay. Let's go to it.
So, yes?
Yeah, let's go into it.
Which one are you talking about?
So there's a clip circulating the nigga net of a black woman at the Usher concert.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
And Usher is singing to her seductively.
Right.
Very seductively. Usher is a crooner. The likes of Smokey Robinson of his time. Or a Frankie Lyman of his time. A crooner.
Right.
Eddie Kane.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. That's Usher. Right. I say that to say women love him.
True.
They have a true feeling when they hear his music. His music speaks to them. He was serenading this older woman. She was clearly captivated by singing and being that close.
Yep.
He did the thing with the show.
With the
if you've been to the show, he does the thing with the cherries. You been to the show?
No.
You been to the show?
I haven't been to the show.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
My girl's been to the show.
It's amazing, bro. He does the thing with the cherries, and the lady embellished.
Right.
Embellished.
Right. Now, I'm saying that.
She had a moment. She had a moment. She had a erotic.
And this clip went viral. She had a erotic reaction.
Yeah.
And the clip went viral.
Right.
Now, it's made its way to us because the people in the social media world.
Yeah.
Because the news following that is that her husband has filed for divorce.
Right.
After seeing such a video.
Right.
To which Joe Fox responded, "Good for him."
No, okay. See, let me
clarify. The floor is yours.
And mind you.
Go ahead.
Fox is the same person when this was going down with Chris Brown taking the photos with the girls, and the girls was posing all kind of way, and one of the girls' boyfriend broke up with him because she took the photo with Chris Brown, and Fox was like, "Good for him." So let's go, Fox.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
Good for him. Usher, he can pull them all of all ages. He's coming into his own as a crooner, and all ladies, it doesn't matter what age, obviously that's older than him, and he turns them on like that. So good for Usher, good for him.
No.
That's what you meant? That is not what you meant.
Yeah, right.
No, that's not
what you meant.
When I said good for him, it was more of a, you're gonna divorce your wife over that. Like, to me, it's like, okay, if that's the last straw, if that's what you're gonna stand on, hey, good for you, man. You don't want to feel less than. Like, if you can't make your woman feel like that, and you're that type of dude that needs that and has never got it from that that person, you're a person, then you don't need to be with her, man. Why be with? Because it said doesn't kiss him in public or something like that. He's got problems. If that's the last straw, to let him know that you don't need to be with that person.
Well, how you know that was the last straw?
Okay, hold on.
That leads me to another question. Like you're right about that. We don't know if there was stuff going on before this.
Right.
We don't know if there was 9 or 10 incidents before this, and this was the last.
And we don't know if this was the first one.
Right.
If that's the first one, okay, you the one sent it. I don't know that situation, but if it's true what they said about prior behavior, like not showing affection in public.
This is what the meme says.
Okay, that's what the meme says. Okay, I'm only going by what that says. If that's the case, then that probably the straw that broke the camel's back, and that's the last straw. I say, yo, don't stay in that. That's messed up, and that's not a good look for you to stay in a situation where you're constantly feeling like less than. Okay, you don't need to be in that situation.
Do you think she was wrong?
Wrong for like allowing herself to be captivated like that?
If that was your woman, how would you react?
I would say that's inappropriate, knowing that you's a married woman. There are classier women that would look at that and say, that's inappropriate. You shouldn't have done that.
Okay, but you said something that we have to bring attention to.
Okay.
You said he doesn't want to feel like he's constantly feeling less than. We don't know that.
We don't know that. I'm going by what the meme says. If that's his thing.
The meme stated that she never kissed me in public. She didn't kiss Usher. She didn't kiss him.
Yeah, let me say something. You know, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
The clickbait got me because it said
right.
She's older woman gets seduced by Usher, kisses Usher.
Right.
That's so I'm like, oh shit, wait, he gonna kiss this shit? And that clickbait got me. And I watched the whole thing like, this ain't.
He did the
exactly
cherries.
What happened to me. I was waiting on the kiss.
I saw what you or whoever sent it, and I also saw other versions of that. So if you go just by the information on the meme, that's what my comment was based off. I don't have no facts. I ain't doing no
right.
But the video is the video. He put cherries in the mouth. It's like that dude with the meat and putting meat in the chick's mouth, and she's
at that brunch?
Yeah, or whatever.
Where the fuck is that brunch at, by the way? Where's that fucking brunch? I'm pulling up to that shit.
It's the
for what?
It's the
I'm
Salt
gonna put
Bay.
my dick in somebody's mouth. Put a banana on my dick and slip that shit right in my mouth.
Oh, you want something in your mouth?
My dick like, hey, man, you want a motherfucking...
Yo.
Okay, that's a better reason to go, I guess.
Don't use that clip.
Okay, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna cut that.
The views
out.
of Tony Fox and not the views.
Every time I see that clip, like, yo, where the fuck is this brunch at?
That's the Salt Bay dude.
Second, would you let your girl go to that brunch? Fuck the Usher. Would you let your girl go to that brunch?
You don't.
Did you see the dude had the girl holding her neck, put the banana in her? And she
I didn't see that part.
With a banana.
I saw like the wine and the grapes and the shooting.
But that shows you how freaky y'all bitches are. But y'all be trying to act like y'all, like if a dude go to a strip club. Oh, you nasty, bitch. You getting?
You know what? Go to it.
Let's stay.
But you doing this at brunch?
Let's say this.
You doing this over chicken and waffles?
You just left church.
If that's your bachelorette party, hey, go ahead, have fun. Just
wait. Let's stay on Usher Day. Go.
Would you let your girl go to the Usher concert?
Yeah, go to the Usher concert. Yeah. If you're gonna allow yourself to get seduced or something like that, I'll have something to say, that's inappropriate. But I'm not gonna take that moment from her. That's me. But that was
switching up, Fox.
No, I'm not. I'm like that right there. Yo, man, that's straight up inappropriate.
Okay,
man.
what was inappropriate about it? Like, if you could break down what exactly
was it? Yeah,
he was in her face.
She was entranced and in.
But that's his appeal.
Okay, that's
is it inappropriate to be like? Keep in mind,
okay,
this is a singer that she probably has every album, posters, love. He's singing directly to her.
I will give you two of singers who've done that.
He's in her face.
I will give you.
She's like, whoa, this is a moment for me, right?
She was being serenaded.
Okay, what was inappropriate on her behalf?
I wasn't there, of course.
She didn't
from the video.
No, ain't no don't be speculatory. Okay. From what we saw, she didn't kiss him.
It just looks like it looks like she was out of control under the control.
Of control.
No. Like she was in a state of submission to another man. Now I'm just going by like
don't go by nothing.
I'm going by what I saw in the video. I'm going by what I saw in the video, Trey. I saw a woman.
Don't say Trey like
I'm saying I'm not off topic. I'm not on topic.
You saw a woman.
I saw a woman in total submission to another man that's not her husband. That is what I saw.
And that's inappropriate.
And I'm saying that look is inappropriate. She allowed that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Can I say something?
Go say that.
First of all, it's a concert.
Mm-hmm.
It's thousands of people at this concert. Mm-hmm. It's Usher's job to go into that audience, not to find a woman that's just going to be like,
oh yeah, you don't want that.
That's not part of the.
That's not a good look either.
That's not part of the entertainment. That's not part of the show. That's not what he is trying to do. Right. He needs to find someone that's going to do exactly what that woman did.
You need someone that's on the brink of their marriage.
As men, for me.
Yeah, I got you.
My girl's meant to the Usher concert. Mm-hmm. You know. And she didn't get chosen. he didn't, seduce her.
A sigh of relief.
But here's what makes it bad. It ain't even an act. It's once it gets to the internet. And that's when the insecurities come in from on the man's behalf. But even before it gets that far, you have to understand that, hey man, women, they have, men are not the only ones with quote unquote, I'll say fantasies, I guess. Mm-hmm. women, we have to stop putting women in these boxes to act like they're not normal human beings or that they don't have certain fantasies or feelings like we have. You know what I'm saying? If Pam Grier or whoever, Maya, my girl knows I love Maya. And we went to a Maya concert when we was in Vegas. And we stumbled upon a Maya concert. And if she knew I was there like, I love me some Maya. She wouldn't be mad if Maya called me on the stage and did a little whatever on me. My girl be like, hey, go ahead, have fun. Nigga. He coming home to me. That's kind of the mentality. Usher not about to take that old lady home.
Of course not.
She not. He not. It's part of the entertainment.
It is.
I feel like you just got to be more of in my opinion, this is just me. You got to be more of a secure man in order to and just let that ride. You know, had she did start tonguing them down and doing all that, yeah,
and touching them,
that's crossing the line. But just to be up there and do, you know, like, yo, it's cool. It's cool. You don't want her to suppress no shit like that. Let her have a good time.
But would you agree that homie at that point has had enough? Like, just come on.
I don't know.
I know you don't know, but
I don't know. I'm not going to talk on it.
Yeah, but as a man,
he couldn't handle it.
Oh, there you
and
go.
I get he can't handle it.
Based on that comment and kissed in public and shit like that, there's a history of behavior right there. So why stay in something like that? You can't. Why stay in a situation where we
gotta see a picture of this man.
It don't matter. It don't matter. We seen her.
You know what I'm saying?
We seen her. It don't matter.
I'm just like, it's part of the show.
That might be the best
right.
that he ever gonna get.
Okay.
I ain't mad at her.
Okay. All right. Oh, so many trains of thought here.
Where you at?
I'm in so many places. Okay, so when I read, dudes wanted to divorce his wife. That was the headline that jumped out. He filed for divorce. My first train of thought on that, I'll go from like the first train of thought on he filed for divorce because of what happened. I was like, I got to see this video.
Yeah.
I saw the video. It was not divorce worthy to me. To me. Now, I'm not going to say speculatory, like we don't know what they were. Yeah. I'm not talking like that. From what I saw, that was not divorce worthy.
Right.
So my first thought was, your parents been married how long?
54 years.
54 years. How many times do you think your mom had to say, I'm sorry to your dad in 54 years for them to make 54 years? How many times did your dad have to say, it ain't that serious and get past it for them to make 54 years? I felt the first thing that hit me was, yo, nobody fights for nothing no more. Nobody fights for nothing no more.
I agree.
Like, yo, I wish I knew how long they were married. Just so I could be like, yo, homie, you gonna throw away 30 years?
This over that.
Over that.
I've seen my mom sent me a meme one day after, I just want you to see this, and and it was a couple that was married like 65 years, something like that, holding hands walking down the street. And she said, yo, how many times do you think they had to be like, let that shit go to make 65? Or okay, we need to talk about this. You don't make 54 years without
forgiveness.
Okay. You don't make 54 years if your mom's at a Smokey Robinson concert and he fucking and your mom's oh shit, Smokey. Your pop's like, all right, that's the guy.
And with her, it would have been Lou Rawls.
Lou Rawls. Okay, so she spent money on the albums. She listens to them in the house. She might even throw on a Lou Rawls record when they have being intimate.
She made you to Lou Rawls.
She might have made you Lou Rawls, right?
Yeah.
They on vacation. He goes, babe, Lou Rawls. He take her to see. Yo, what? Y'all, nobody fight for nothing no more? Like everybody just...
I agree, bro.
Yo, like nobody's going to make 54 no more. 54 is not happening anymore.
Yeah, right. Because people...
Nobody... That's the thing in the past. 10 years is like, okay,
marriage.
You're right.
Nobody's making 54 no more because everybody now in this whole dating fucking Royal Rumble we in now is like, yo, what? You said that? Fuck it. Oh, you did that? Fuck that shit. You ain't playing me. Yo, somebody got to stand for something and say, yo, what we have is bigger than this bullshit.
Anything.
Especially, it's bigger than anything. Yes. Yo, it's literally bigger than anything. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Next time it's, yo, me and you against the world.
Yeah.
Next time it's, yo, me and you against every single person on this earth.
Yep.
Nobody can do nothing to fucking break this up.
Yeah.
They can say shady shit. She can come up out of the past and go, we used to do this. And she'll go, bitch, you used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch, you used to.
It's a rider.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga, I want a rider. Now that's that because I've been going out all day. My next rider dying. We going off the cliff together, holding hands like yo, fuck it.
Yeah,
this is how we came in. We going out like this. We going out blasting together. You know what I'm saying? That's my next. 2. He said from what we know from the nigga that might not even be true.
Might not even be true.
Right. But the information we got that we have to process
to the meme.
we got to process just what we got.
Right.
He says she never kissed me in public, but she's acting like that. Okay, so you got to know what your girl likes, and ladies, you got to know what your guy likes. You have to know this. You have to know what they like. It don't work if you don't know my girl likes click A, B, C, D, and my guy likes boom, 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 boom. It don't work.
Right.
So to be in a relationship and there's something that you do or she won't do, if you need that has to be articulated.
Communicated, yep.
That has to be like, I have to have this. This is something that I really...
This is my love language.
Right. Remember I really gave you shit thought today when he posted that. Remember we had Tori Hart on, and I said, yo, like chicks, I like chicks, they gotta wear lingerie for me. And she's like, oh, nigga, you be sleeping with strippers, nigga? Because ain't no bitch wearing lingerie to bed every night. And I was fucking blown away that she said that. Because chicks that I fuck with, I let it known.
Yeah. Bless you.
I let it be known. It's not mandatory.
Right.
It's not deal or no deal.
It's a preference.
It's, yo, sweetie.
At least 4 days.
Now, no. But keep in mind, now I didn't articulate this to Tori that night, but I thought about this today when I saw that post. I'm like, I gotta make sure I get all my points out. So now you looking at a dude that's on the road 4 days out the week, sometimes 5 days out the week, right?
Travel a lot.
So I only got 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days with my girl when I come home. Right? This is just, any girl, but whoever the girl is. There's no real actual girl. She should know, of course, if she's fucking with me, she knows who the fuck I am. Right? She should know, yo, there's bitches out there throwing themselves at him on the daily. Right. She should know that. Your girl should know that. Your girl should know that. Right. This is hypothetical. They should know. Yo,
that's the situation.
Because of the dude that he is. I know there's women trying to get at my man. You gotta make coming home to you worth more than anything that can be out there.
There you go.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
That.
Yeah. So when I'm on the road, she gotta be like, number one, I'm secure with him being on the road. We have this thing, again, it's us against the world, so I'm cool. But I know they throwing themselves at him. I know they going hard. This is Tony Rock, yo.
Right.
So I'm making coming home the thought in his head, like, yo, I'm not gonna risk it for that. I'm not gonna risk it for that. I'm not gonna risk it for that. Because I know what I'm going home to.
Right.
So now, for me, I'm speaking for Anthony Wayne Rock. For me, if I push through all that shit all weekend and get home, if you sitting there on the bed with a nice little something on, I'm like this. It was all worth it.
It was all worth it.
That's why I like it.
That's
why I wasn't trying to say like it's a like.
I know what you meant.
Pajamas, bitch, get out. I wasn't saying that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I know. What
so
you meant.
I say again, you got to know what your girl like. So you with a girl that won't kiss you in public, bro. You got to be like, why aren't we? So it sounds like he needed more intimacy. Why was that not articulated?
Yeah.
I'm a kissing motherfucker. Bruh, I'm a Cancer, bro. I'm sexual. I'm fucking I open mouth, tongue, rope, propeller, that shit. I'm biting your lip, I'm sucking shorty tongue. I'm all I've dated a chick that was like, she didn't like the way I kissed. She's you tongue all in my mouth. And that shit was like, well, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Because that's what I like. And that shit led to fucking problems. But it has to be articulated.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's second notion. That's I want to make sure I get all my points out.
I got you.
What was my third point? It's fantasy in a sense.
It's not real.
She bought a ticket. she fucking hit the lotto, as far as I'm concerned, at a concert to be the woman of all the women in there
to get chose
that he came and sang to. Her husband, if they have a strong foundation, if they riders, if they us against the world, should be like, damn, babe, like I'm sure you was that was crazy that he all the women in there he sang to my to my girl.
He picked you,
right?
Yeah. Look, I see why he did that.
Hey, look, the cherry thing a little crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But then that's when it comes into play. Well, you know you doing that shit for me tonight,
Yeah,
right?
right.
But you know we gonna get some
Where
cherries.
you going? Get some cherry.
We gonna get some cherries. Believe it.
Oh yeah.
Because number one, you got to fight for something.
Right.
Number two, you got to know what your girl like.
Yeah, I
agree.
Listen, bro, that's the main thing in relationships, man. When I see stuff like that, it's like if you not having those hard conversations with your woman,
bro, brutal honesty,
those brutal, honest conversations, asking your partner, what is it that you like? What is it that you don't like? Yep. You will never advance. And you have to make your woman comfortable enough to tell you, even if it be like, God dang, you like that?
Not even on no sexual shit.
Yeah,
like,
it don't even gotta be sexual.
Tell me if you in fucking incredible debt. Tell me if your credit's fucked up.
Nigga.
Because if it'll turn into like every argument will be about money, and you'll be like, yo, why is it always about money? Like, and then you realize like, oh, she wasn't talking about just money in her hand. Her fucking credit been shot to shit for 20 years. That's something I should have been brought to my attention. You know what I'm saying? But I had that situation too.
But the thing is, women get judged more for the sexual part. A nigga ain't gonna judge you for having a 400 credit score 9 out of 10 times.
No, but I'm saying if y'all in a relationship, if y'all working towards something, everything has to be on the table. Because it's gonna pop up one day and you're gonna be like, y'all trying to buy a house, and you're like, yo, why we can't?
Why? Yeah, and you say it's like a
normal. Bitch, your credit's 8.
Why certain things like that, there can't be no secrets in that. It could be a health thing,
right?
Like, okay, how come you didn't tell me you had this health problem or something like that? Now it's affecting, especially after a long term.
Now your dick can't get hard because you got diabetes and high blood pressure.
That ain't something you got to tell. They gonna know that off the bat. That ain't gonna be no secret.
Why you ain't tell me I only had 2 years with this dick?
But if you if you help.
Now we gotta go get prescriptions. I had 2 years.
2 years. 2 years. You better get it in.
Yeah, you got 2 years. That nigga, you better be singing with Cherry. You better be singing with Cherry. I got 2 years. I got 2 years.
Shit. But anything on that magnitude, that's like a life-changing, life-affecting thing.
Yo,
money, your health,
right?
Some shit that you did in the past that you ain't dealt with.
It's all
gambling debt.
It goes back to what we said, how we started the conversation. It goes back to quality of life. What do you say?
Quality of life.
Quality.
All of that shit is quality. It will affect your quality of life. If you don't like the way your husband kiss, you have to have that conversation because that will affect your quality of life.
Can you not put
I don't like the way lingerie.
Yeah.
Well, you got to let me know that, shorty, because that will affect my quality of life.
I told one of my exes, when I do the shows and when I was doing the shows in Jamaica at Hedonism at the Lifestyle Resorts, and one of my exes, it was her first time going with me, and I was like, "Listen, all right, we about to go here. This is the environment. This is what you're going to see. You're going to see some crazy shit. You're going to see a lot of sexual shit, crazy shit, but all this, everything." I said, if there's any kind of fantasy or anything that you want to experience or try or do, I said, tell me now. Tell me now before we get on this plane and go. I said, because if you tell me while we're there and it's just on some, I want to do this right now. Like, whoa,
hold on a second.
I know you was on it like that.
Yeah. I need for you to tell me before we go. That way we could talk about it. We could create boundaries if need be, or say, okay, I'm willing. Have a safe word. I'm willing to do this. I'm not willing to do that, or anything. Let's talk about it right now.
Yeah, and we can laugh about it afterwards.
Yeah, we had the conversation. It was like, oh no, I ain't whatever. And we went and we had a good time.
Right.
Mind you, it was couples on there that are swingers that was breaking up, arguing
because they didn't have to talk.
They didn't, even though they were in that lifestyle, they didn't come up with the rules how they were going to manage together. That at that time. You know what I'm saying? But those are the conversations you gotta have. Because if your girl be like, well, I always wanted to be with 3 guys, you gonna be like,
You ever see the I can't remember what podcast it was. I don't remember what podcast it was. I'm not gonna even guess because I don't want to promote somebody's shit that shouldn't be promoted. But Kev was on a podcast one time. And he was talking about Big J. Okerson.
Oh yeah.
Big J. Okerson is the homie. We all started together in New York. Big J. Okerson.
I felt like I heard this story.
And Big J. Okerson, the young lady in question, used to work at the comic strip.
Okay.
So Big J started working the comic strip. He bagged one of the waitresses. They got married. They had a baby. And Big J just had that, like, I just want to be swinging. I want to swing. I want to swing. And him and Kev are way tighter than he and I are. But we all friends. And Kev like, come on, man, you don't want that, man. I just want to swing, man. And convince this girl to
to do it.
She's so in love with him. If a woman's so in love with you, she's all right. All right. And Kev said, man. So Big J fucked homie's wife because she was bad. That's what it was. The dude's wife was hot. And swingers. He was like, I want to fuck her so bad. And he fucked her, and that was that. And he said, yo. And then he had to watch the other nigga fuck the
rod his chick out.
He finished. He
rod his wife out.
And money's still plowing through his bitch. And he like, nigga. Like, what the
time to go.
And she getting tossed up and he done. Dick done shriveled. And she getting front. And he was like, nigga, that's gonna change your life. Don't be ready for what you ask for, nigga.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, when I would go there, the first time I went, I would talk to the dudes and be like, yo, how did you get involved in this shit? I said, because I couldn't do it. He was like, man, to be honest, my wife is the one who introduced me to it. Like, my wife was like, I'm going. And they would.
You either coming with me
or
I'm
coming with me. Yeah.
Okay.
One husband was like, the wife just said, look, here's a ticket for you. You can go or not go, but here's your plane ticket. It's up to you. I'm going. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was. But listen. Rest in peace to my brother Boogie.
Oh, I knew that story.
This nigga had the hey, yo.
Go.
Boogie girl, when he first moved to Maryland, I'm going to cry. I was laughing because it's just so funny to me. Nigga had his girlfriend that he went with her from like New Orleans and Texas after Hurricane Katrina. And I think we was cool at this time or tight at this time. I don't know. But anyway. He took it, they was talking, having the conversation like what we talking about. Boog was a freak. So it was just like, yo, okay, we'll go to a lifestyle party in DC. So, he convinced her. Yeah. And so Boog said he
got her to go.
Yeah, Boogie got her to go. Nigga said he took her there, and they walking around, seeing what's what. And Boog was messing with it, they was doing what they thing, and then Boog took a break and did something, went to go get some water or something from the bar. He said he turned around, it was like 3 niggas on this girl. He said she had like 2 dicks like this. It was getting 1 dick in her mouth, and it was this on. And Boog said he turned around, was like, oh God. I said, Boog, what you do? He said, I ain't know what to do, man. I just went over there and started rubbing her head.
You never know what to do.
Started rubbing her head.
You're right.
Oh God! I was like,
he all right?
Yeah, take that dick. Take all that dick, baby.
Exactly
Take all that dick.
Oh shit! Man. I said, fam,
yo, when he said told that story.
Hold up. Raise our cups. Raise your cups. Rest in peace to Boogie B, man. We miss
Boogie.
you, bro. We love you, bro.
Brother. Love you,
man. Yo, that's fucking hilarious.
I said, better you than me, but
I just went over there and just started
I just went over there. It's the fact he said he just went to go get something to drink real quick and turn around.
She was ready to get it popping. She was like, yo. She was probably like the whole time, like, what we doing? Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, shit. Yeah, bro.
That's hilarious, yo.
Yeah. At the end of the day, fellas, let your girl go to the Usher concert.
Yeah.
Hold up. I went to the Usher concert. I seen men break.
Yeah.
I seen men like when Usher fucking rips his shirt off and pours a bottle of water. I seen niggas like, I was like, oh shit. Damn. Like, yo, homie just came out. He didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even know.
Niggas coming out the closet at
men. I seen men like,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's what we doing?
Nah.
You got to be cool with it. Like,
I was like, look,
see.
Us was doing spins. I was like, this. Not me, nigga.
Give me.
You take it, rip your shirt off. I was like, no, I'm here for the bitches, nigga. No.
I'm looking at the background dancing. She's singing
right there. So
I ain't even looking.
I was like, da-da-da-dum-dum. Man, oh man, man.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. That shit had me rolling, man. Yeah, you know, fellas, it's okay, man. But it's just when they get, you can't. Don't be fooled, my man. If you ever watch this, get back with your wife. Don't let them comments on social media drag you or make you do something that you're gonna regret. Because in the social media world, all these young niggas think everybody for the streets, think every girl is a 304.
Yeah.
They don't really know. They ain't experienced life.
And fight for something, man.
And fight for something.
All the couples out there, yo, you got to fight for something.
Got to fight for something, yo.
You don't make it to 54 years.
50 or longer.
Right.
There's some people
or longer. You don't make it to 54 years or longer without forgiving, without accepting, without conversation, without good days and bad days.
Fact.
Right.
You just don't do it. Every time I see your parents, they super happy, they smiling. Your pops was like, yo, man, his pops my man. Like, that's my man anyway.
Cool.
Your mom's made me the bracelet. I still got it in the crib. Like, your mom's is like so supportive of the tour. But I know the reality is like, yo, they probably listen.
Went through some shit.
Hey, look, motherfucker, I told you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, fuck you, nigga. But they
definitely didn't say that.
No, but look. But as long as they both know, yo, we locked in.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I always saw
when
that
you understand and you acknowledge, yo, we locked in.
Yeah.
You can have those arguments. And you can have those quiet nights. You can have those, oh shit, she didn't make me breakfast. He didn't. But you know, I ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. We locked in.
That was during those times, man, when they knew how to pick them.
You was picking for longevity.
Yeah.
I remember
family,
an old man said one time, somebody's wife. He said, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was one of my uncles. I'm pretty sure it was one of my uncles. It was somebody's wife, my aunt. And he said, she might leave me one day, but I'll never leave her. Like he's mentally hers. Yeah. He's like, yo, I'm all in. She might get fed up and go bounce, but nigga, I'm
invested emotional.
I'm never gonna leave her.
Yeah. And it's not how you say back then they knew how to pick them. It ain't even about that.
Back then they knew what they was picking for.
They knew what they was picking for. Because I don't care if he was born in 1929 or he was born in 2009. The majority of women are all the same. They all think the same. They all have certain things that you may never know. Like we always say, your mom is your mom to you, but she's somebody else. Totally different. I know Barbara Jean is my mother, right. But Walter, my dad, had a different experience with my mom.
Yeah,
of course.
My first stepfather, Max, had a different experience with my mom. Lewis has you know what I mean? But if somebody I remember when I used to talk about this on stage. My mama used to date a boyfriend who had a motorcycle. I said, I know this nigga got a whole different perception. You know what I mean? Perception if he talking about my mama, oh yeah, Barbara Jean, boy, I used to have on the back of that motor. You know what I'm saying? It's a different story. Yeah. So it ain't about you know how to pick them. It's about just understanding each other.
Here's how you break it down like this. Where your mom's from?
Texas.
What part of Texas?
From Wascom, Texas.
Okay, so now think about all the experiences that you and I have had with women from Texas. There you go. My mother from South Carolina. My mother from a small town in South Carolina. All the chicks in South Carolina I done ran through. Son, yo, my mom's is a chick from South Carolina. Nigga, hold up.
Yeah. You gotta just,
it was different time.
It was different time.
But she from there. She from where I was having a good time.
It's a different time, but it ain't a different time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The more things change, the more ways they stay the same.
It's not a different time.
It's a time.
It's a time. But we're gonna segue. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick because I want to really talk about this. Grimy, I didn't know you was out there. Come here. Grimy sitting out there the whole time. Yo, let me tell you something about our old intern.
He's an old intern.
Come here, yo.
Is he still here?
Yeah, he's walking in. I want to talk about him while he's walking in. Watch the camera. Our old intern, John Grimes, is feeling himself, y'all.
I just got your text.
Our old intern, John Grimes, is feeling himself.
That's not the case. How's it going, Tony?
How long were you sitting out there?
About 30 minutes.
Yeah, why you just come in?
I was
10 minutes.
That's aggressive. 100%. I've been here about at least 20. But I was like, shit, what's going on? I was like, you were in the conversation about that. It was like it was flow.
What was I talking
about? Maybe Tory.
Oh, about the lingerie.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll let that. I don't want to interrupt that.
I love me some lingerie, man.
So go ahead, cook.
I'm a sexual being.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Good
What's
to
up,
see you
man?
fellas again.
Well, we're going to segue. Oh, wait. How are you, sir? How's everything?
I'm good.
How was the weekend?
Solid. Very solid.
So, I'll give them this note that I don't know if y'all know this. It was at the factory Friday. Was it Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Friday night I'm at the Laugh Factory. Packed show. 10 o'clock show. Packed. Am I lying? Packed.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of comics on the show. I can't remember who. Me, Rube, Jeff Dye,
Morgan J,
some other people, and I'm closing the show, and Ruben is running late, and Maria comes running to me like, Ruben Paul's running late. Ruben's running late. What'd he do? I said,
Relax.
John Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
Really? John Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Grimy up.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker set the stage on fire. On fire. Now, was it two comics before you? The two comics before you?
Yeah.
It was two cats that went up before Grimy. He went third. And they were like sketch comedy guys, not stand-up comics. So they was doing like, one guy was playing a guitar.
And the second guy had props.
And the second guy had his arm in a sling. We saw him putting it on upstairs. Put his arm in a sling, put a fucking patch over his eye, and went up there like, yeah, so, and the nigga, the room was going, sinking fast. It was crickets in the room. Now, on top of that, the guy who they all expecting to come and save it, Rube, is running late. So Maria's like, what?
Yeah.
I said, yo, John Grimes. But Ruben's John Grimes, trust me. Yo, room was at a negative 10 when he got up. Motherfucker smashed.
That's what's up, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Smashed.
How much time did you do in the?
Quick 5, maybe 5 or 6. Like
You did more than
it was just covering until Rube got there.
yeah.
I think
You might have did like 12.
But Rube got there. I saw the light and I just got out of there.
Oh, you changed the room for him,
And she still, is she gonna book you now?
Yo, change the room, but change, nigga, a packed Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
Change the whole show.
Yeah.
Because people was like this for the first two comments, like, yo, what the fuck?
Well,
I see them looking around like, yo, what's going on here?
Well, see, that's my problem. That's my whole problem with the Laugh Factory is that there's so many people that are capable of doing what John Grimes did, and they don't give them the opportunity to do it.
So second note, I said to her, she was walking past. I was standing in the back of the room. I went downstairs and sat in the back of the room just to watch him straight on. And I'm watching him like, okay, he's performing a little more. Okay, he's leaning more into the bits. Okay, performance. And she was walking past. I said, hey, now you can't say you haven't seen him. Give him spots. And she said, I will.
Good.
Boom.
It's different when they see it for themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's good, man.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, and then we got to get into this Carmelo Anthony thing.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all can set it up. Y'all can tee it up. I'm gonna go pee, and I'm taking my phone in case Charles.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, I don't know, because you told me about it yesterday, and I didn't know what the heck that was that took up my whole day.
Okay.
That took up my whole day.
Are you familiar with the Carmelo Anthony, Austin
twins? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So stabbing incident.
Yeah.
The stabbing it. We'll wait for him to come back in. But
so for everybody that we can just set it up.
Yeah.
For everybody that I'm sure everybody knows the story now is going crazy viral right now. On
Frisco, Texas.
Social media platforms in Frisco.
That's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
But Frisco, if you've never been there, it is one of those developing cities that over the past, I would say, 10, 15 years has skyrocketed as far as the development and the emerging city.
Yeah,
so Frisco is, suburbia, whatever you want to call it. It's whatever.
What is that?
He said S-hole, shithole. He said,
yeah,
Frisco, one of them shithole cities in Dallas. Nah, but it's it's a city.
Yeah,
there's some affluence there, I would say.
Okay, and
you wouldn't think it would happen. This would happen there, but
at a track meet, two high school students got into an altercation. One being Carmelo Anthony
with a K. Carmelo Anthony,
with a K.
High school student, 17 years old.
Got into an altercation with Austin Metcalf, who is a twin.
Yeah,
and I think he was a junior.
They were the same age, maybe. Maybe I don't know about the actual class, but
anyway, same age. Yeah, the altercation led to Carmelo Anthony stabbing and killing Austin, and Austin got arrested. Carmelo got arrested, and he's in jail out on his bond is like $1 million.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, it wasn't $1 million.
No, I mean the stabbing part. Make sure.
Yeah, allegedly stabbed. No, it's already.
To which he responded, "I'm not alleged. I did it."
Yeah, he said he did it.
I didn't get that part.
According to the police report,
got it.
According to the police report, right?
He's saying it was self-defense.
Got it.
Because according to some witnesses, they said that the twins were bullies, and the incident happened when Carmelo was in the other opponent's tent, opposing team tent area, and you're not supposed to be in that area. So
sorry, wait, are you updating Grimes? You didn't
know about it? He's telling the whole podcast.
Okay.
That detail I wasn't aware of.
The news clippings.
Yeah, and Austin apparently approached Carmelo to remove him, tell him to move. He didn't move. Then they said, things got physical with Austin being the aggressor, allegedly. And then Carmelo stabbed him in the chest. Kid dies. Austin dies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, of course, it's all over social media. And, of course, it's like back to our last episode last week. Everything is going to be black and white.
Racial.
So it's a lot of racial undertone. Of course, in the media, the first thing they're going to do is have the mugshot of Carmelo and the football picture of
the slain hero. They definitely
where and then of course the nigga net gets a hold of the story, and then they start posting pictures of Austin with guns and all of this stuff like that.
Trying to change the narrative.
Trying to change the narrative
that they cannot change, but
trying to change the narrative that they cannot change. They got pictures of Carmelo with his middle finger up and just holding the AK, which was an air gun. And they cropped him out of the photo with two white boys and some other of his friends just to make it seem like he was standing alone. All right. So that's the story. Charleston is calling, and then we're going to
I'll be brief.
Yeah. It's all good.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back after Charleston.
All right. So everybody has.
Yeah. So everybody kind of know the story.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure you guys already know it anyway. Okay. So what are our thoughts? Okay. Are we thinking self-defense? Where are we leaning? Is this kid just a cold stone? A cold-blooded killer? It's a cold stone. Cold-blooded killer. Should have led to that. Even if it was bullying involved, should it have just been fisticuffs? Or people saying, why did he have a knife? But people have weapons, people carry guns in open carry states. People carry pocket knives. And where we at?
You got something?
I think so. I'm coming from the angle of when you are one of the only black kid somewhere, that shit is mad intimidating. right? And only honestly, it's mad intimidating for you to be the only person by yourself in other neighborhoods. You be like, I'm by myself, anything can happen.
Mhm.
So the knife part doesn't really throw me off that much, especially in Texas where you can have a gun on your hip in public.
Mhm.
I used to work at a cell phone store in Oklahoma, and they come in with the gun visible. Like, I want to refund this phone. I'm like, absolutely, nigga, here you go.
Yeah.
But like the knife, he obviously didn't have it on. Like, he wasn't displaying it until the altercation. So like, I don't have a problem with any of that. I think that.
What do you mean? When you say I don't have a problem with it, what do you
like, when somebody would say, why would somebody have a knife on him? I'm like, well, he had for protection if something were to go down, right? Like, so that part to me is a non-factor that he had a knife. I think the question is, to me, what led up to the incident that he thought if something goes down, I got to pull this knife? Like, did he feel like I'm surrounded? Did I feel like I'm outnumbered? Do I feel like they about to jump me off the show, about to jump me? Like, was it 6 people surrounded? Like, did he know, like, I got to do something to get me out of this? Or was it like the twin brothers like, man, I'm about to beat his ass. And he's like, it's not going to be a fair fight. I'm about, like, so to me, I feel like it was a little bit of panic and a little bit of like, I got to do something drastic to get me out of this weird situation. But I don't know But to me, the race part of it makes it so much more unfortunate because if I'm not mistaken, he got charged for murder, which to me has to be premeditated, right? It should have been manslaughter when it's like an action of crime or like crime of passion like that, or like just in a moment. So
different degrees of
right. So like to me, I thought like they send his ass, they trying to send his ass straight to the fryer where they can give him like life plus 30 when you do murder versus like manslaughter. So to me, that was the racial component. Like we charged that nigga like an adult immediately. And they would say things like the kid was killed, but the man killed him. And it's like they're the same age. Why did you change the semantics of what they are? 17-year-old is a 17-year-old. I don't care how you look at it.
Right.
Even if they got a gun or a knife, they are under 18. Like for you to upgrade it to a murder charge as an adult, like that's a choice. That's the DA, that's the prosecutor's going like, we gonna charge him like a grown-ass man so he can get them ultimate time. So it's unfortunate. And I think that race is playing 80% of the part in how this is going to be spun.
Wait, hold on. Let's get a 20-year-old in here to talk about this with us as well. Trent, you out there? Our new intern who's punctual and timely and freestyle his ass off. And stay tuned after the podcast for the Trent freestyle.
How are we gonna do this?
Okay. Got
Wait, come step in and say what's up so they can see you. They can't see you over there.
Yo,
no, tell them where to follow you. Tell them where to follow you.
Follow me on IG at Trent on Instagram, TRENT, 2 extra T's at the end. New freestyle dropping every Tuesday. End of the podcast. Check it out.
Yeah.
2 T's for Trent's Tuesday.
I'm gonna hop on one of them freestyles with you,
man. I'll be in the crib right everything. Fox, what do you think about it?
Well, first, it was a tragedy. The loss of life.
Yes.
And the father, I did see the comments from his father, and
whose father?
Austin's father.
What was the comment?
Well, he did like they interviewed him. He got a statement. So whatever the local news, that's on video. So I mean, I felt his pain. Like it was in shock. There was confusion, but there was composure, and you could tell he was very emotional.
And he gave forgiveness.
Yes, and he out the gate he forgave his son's killer. Wow. He very emotional and justifiably so. I mean, he lost his son, twins. That being said, we understand that the loss of life, that's a tragedy.
Fact.
I looked more into it, and no one had, I think they were speaking based on the information they had, which wasn't much. But you're always going to believe, people close to you, he did this, he did that. The brother said some statements as well. Again, I lost my brother, all that. I get, it's a tragic loss. You lost a family member. But he was there, and I did not, I detected that you being there, you didn't give us the full clip of what happened. I felt, I'm not going to say he should have or shouldn't have. I'm just saying I don't have much of a reaction from him other than, man, that's messed up. He lost his brother. That being said, we don't have all the facts, but if the man in the police report, if the man is saying, hey, is he okay? Is this considered self-defense? that's remorse. If you know you struck first and you know you the aggressor, you ain't even worried about, all right, you ain't asking, is it self-defense? Nigga, you know you did. But I didn't detect that. Mm-hmm. So that's all I'll say for right now.
All right. It's unfortunate. I want to make that abundantly clear that somebody lost their life. Family lost a son, brother lost a sibling. I've been in both positions in my life. Grimy said he had the knife. Okay, so I want to say this. There's so many stories like this that I see on the news, and I say to myself, like, black people don't get it. You don't have the luxury. We don't have the luxury. It's the same reason why they said the man killed the boy. Because we don't get compared the same way, equally.
It's a different set of rules.
And if you know that, you cannot put yourself in situations where the shit could go left. Because once it goes left, it's a black person in capital letters.
No, a thug.
If you go into a fucking track meet, anywhere in America, and you getting dressed to go and you go, I should bring my knife. Don't fucking go. Because if some shit happens, who do you think is going to jail? I heard today, like all this news is, I'm still processing all this news. Yeah. They said the two twins was bullies.
Right.
Right? That has no bearing on a fucking jury when they see a black kid stab a white kid in the chest. That shit is irrelevant.
Yes, I agree.
So don't even tell us that shit like it's gonna have some bearing on the case. A black kid went to a school with a knife in his bag. He told the other kid, touch me and see what happened. Touch me and see what happened. He provoked him to touch him. And then he murdered him. Now, with that said, I'm praying for the black kid. Of course. But we can't keep putting ourselves in situations and positions where once the shit go left, then we hoping that the jury will see our side. Because they won't.
They not.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. My entire life, I have seen the worst of white people. My entire life. I went to an all-white public school, right? I went to an all-white public school. Every day we get out of school and the white kids would go across the street with their big brothers and big sisters and say, let's get the niggers. Kids I sat in class with all day that I was friends with and shared comic books with and gave my Hot Wheels and you take my Hot Wheel and I bring yours tomorrow. Once they got across the street with their brothers and sisters, get the niggers.
Same ones.
No bearing on the fact that we was just in class today. My brother in junior high school, my brother Andre, a teacher tried to push him down a flight of stairs.
Damn.
A teacher tried to push him down a flight of stairs. He went like down and grabbed the rail and like held himself up. A teacher. And then the teacher, of course, when he didn't get his mission accomplished, was like, he's, disturbing class and I want to kick him out of school and all this. My brother Chris in high school playing soccer. They playing soccer. So kids are kicking a ball on the ground, right? A kid runs full speed, jumps and fucking karate kicks my brother in the fucking head.
Damn.
He had to go to the hospital. All the teachers, all the fucking gym teachers, they were playing soccer. The kid was going to kick the ball. The ball over there somewhere, but he kicked my brother in the fucking head. I've seen my entire life, I've seen the worst. Son, I swear on everything I love. I walked in here tonight and Mark wasn't here. I opened the door and walked in and I said, oh shit, I shouldn't be in here because nobody's in here. I literally opened the door and nobody, I was like, yo. Oh shit! I stood in the hallway. I stood in the hallway at the fucking studio we shoot at every Tuesday because I was like, yo, nobody's in there. Somebody could come in here and be like, yo, this nigga's breaking in. This nigga's trying to rob someone. I don't put myself in positions, bro. I don't jaywalk. I don't litter. I don't fucking piss in the elevator. I don't, because I don't want to cop to have a reason to talk to me.
Right.
Because I know how left that shit could go. If I just go, yo, man, I was just going this, I was going inside. It could go left.
Right.
You can't put a knife in a bag and go to school if you black and be like, yo, touch me and see what happened. You can't do it.
That's agreed. Because
and sorry. You said motherfuckers go in the bank every day with a gun on their hip. But you could see it.
Yeah.
You could see it.
Yeah.
A knife in a bag is a concealed weapon. So now you tell a white jury he had a concealed weapon. You know what they're gonna think? He had intent. He had it. Do you know the legal interpretation of assault? Do you know what the legal interpretation of assault is?
Yeah. It's
the interpretation, not the
action.
word.
Yeah, okay.
What is assault?
I don't know what the I don't have the
When
legal
somebody
words.
gets assault and battery. Battery is physical contact.
Yeah,
Assault is this. Assault is this.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's assault. This is assault.
Walking
Yeah.
aggressive.
Touch me and see what happens is fucking assault. Touch me and see what happens. Look, this is right here is assault.
Right.
Battery is following through with it.
Yeah, that's illegal. That's illegal.
Now, fuck the fact that these kids was bullies. Fuck that. It's two white kids.
So let me.
It's two white kids in Texas. Let's not gloss over that shit.
Yeah.
With a kid with a knife in his bag. Why would you leave your house with a fucking weapon to go to school?
So then let me ask you this then, which I agree, but playing devil's advocate.
Please
do. You know the black twins that got
The black twins.
the black twins that got killed in the mountains of in Georgia. They were headed to the airport to go fly out somewhere, came up missing, found dead. I wonder if they had a knife on them, could they have had some kind of protection against whoever did that?
Probably not. They probably didn't. Or didn't they felt safe enough to go into the mountains?
No, we don't know that.
You don't know, but they went up there.
We don't know how they got up there.
You know what? You right about that.
They were found dead. Up there.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
true. I don't know about the story.
I hear, man, I agree with you 100% of everything you're saying. I remember when Bryce was in a senior in high school, and him and his boys, you know, they on Instagram, they feeling themselves, they seniors, they at their prom or whatever. Bryce put a photo up on his Instagram with his middle finger up. Senior in high school, all three of his boys. I called him immediately. Said, take that picture down. He said, why? I said, if you don't take that picture down, and soon as we hang up this phone, you're not getting nothing for prom. As far as I'm not paying for nothing. I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for that. Take that shit down immediately. Why, Dad? I said, you know why? Because if anything happens to you, God forbid,
That's the picture.
That's the first picture they're gonna have of you up on there.
Yeah.
I did the same thing to my nephew. He on Instagram, guns and money and all that. I called my sister immediately. I said, yo, look at Donovan's page. I called him. He didn't pick up. I called my sister. Yo, tell Donovan to take all that shit down off his page now. My nephew don't. He a different dude. He blocked me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my sister was just like, you know, thank you for letting me. You know what I mean? And my nephew, I love him to death, but his life is a totally different life right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's so important, like you're saying, to not put ourselves in that situation. But I understand what you're saying too. It's just like, fuck. Like, I feel threatened. Like, I don't feel safe. I'd rather get tried by 12.
I was about to say, what's that rap lyric?
By 6.
I was saying, which God do you want to be in that?
It's weird.
It's like, do you want to be the chance that, I guess, if you can call it a chance to fight this?
Okay.
But you want to be a chance for your mom's on TV? I don't know how the right answer goes on that.
Let's rewind it. Just this scenario we talking about. Just this scenario. So do you not go in the tent? It's the other high school's tent. Why would you go in there?
Oh, I 100% have questions about the choices.
You go to John Grimes University. I go to fucking Tony Rock Tech. Why would you come in the tent if you think you got beef with cats from Tony Rock Tech?
I thought that part to me still is questionable. I don't know what made
Can we? There's some context missing. One, that day it was raining outside. It was a track meet raining, and they had those tents up there. But if
that is irrelevant to a jury of 12 when they say the black kid had a knife in his bag.
Okay, but but still, look at what no one else is looking at. If you ask the question, why was he in that tent? It is irrelevant. It's a track meet.
You think Rain's going to help his case?
It doesn't help his case. It doesn't help his case. But when you don't, we're not judge and we're not jury. We want to understand what happened. But when you just give just the headline as facts and not knowing the whole context, now you form an opinion based on what you've been told.
No. I'm not forming an opinion based on what I told you. I'm forming an opinion based on what I lived and what I know.
Okay, yeah, I'm not talking.
I was a 17-year-old kid that went to an all-white high school. I was a 17-year-old.
You could have had the knife.
I was a 17. Yo,
yeah, I got you. I'm just
there before the grace of God.
But
those I.
All I'm saying is that event. I'm thinking, okay, what else? If you're gonna investigate, is that all you're gonna investigate? Just as a sane person wants to understand that what's going on. You're not gonna want to question, or you're just gonna leave it at what? He killed him? Oh well, shit. He need to go under the jail. Is it self-defense? Damn, all that. It's a nigga. If you're gonna do that, then you're not doing the work of understanding. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about.
We know this.
That's the point.
There hasn't been done work of understanding.
And that's
cops shoot niggas 80 times and they walk for free. And that's no trying to understand that shit.
That's my problem with all of it. This is my opinion. This is a classic case of keep your hands to yourself. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. That's not physically assaulting me. This doesn't happen if you don't put your hands on him. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong for him to die. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying
it's
if
a result.
The end result is bad. Now you can say whatever you want to say. You don't have all the facts. I wasn't there. So all I'm saying is this. He went out to a track meet. I don't know why he was there. People saying he cut in school. He's a thug, calling him everything. And then his father is saying, look, let's not make this about race, which makes it about race. Mm-hmm. It's too late. By the time we even heard about it, it's in the news cycle. White kid dies at the hand of thug code word, black nigga. They show all types of pictures. They running him through the system of propaganda. All the media is being tuned.
What
and
they do.
And that's exactly
what
is exactly what they do.
That's why I'm going back to what you said. Mm-hmm. I said earlier, yo, black people don't get it. You said, yo, keep your hands to yourself. Yeah, that shit work in a perfect world. This ain't a fucking perfect world, bro. You should keep your hands to yourself. In theory, yes, you should.
I'm acknowledging
In theory, yeah, that makes perfect sense. This ain't the fucking world we live in where don't touch me. Yo, you can't as black men, as black children, you cannot put yourself in a position where it can go left, because once it goes left, you're not a black child no more. You're a black thug, vagrant, fucking monster, skipping school, fucking drugs in your system,
everything,
baby daddy.
Yeah.
I got you.
Wait, let me stop it.
Yeah,
you're 20 years old.
Yeah.
You moved to Los Angeles when?
17.
Did your parents have a conversation with you about how to conduct yourself out here on your own? If so, what was that conversation?
They didn't have a specific conversation, but just like throughout my life, definitely talked about it.
What was the conversation?
When it comes to dealing with police or just people in general?
People in general.
Yeah. People in general, I think I was taught to like kind of match people's energy. Like if you get pushed in school, whatever, you push back, but you gotta like match that. You can't like, if someone's roasting people and someone makes fun of your shirt, you can't then bring up their dead dad. Like they don't match up, they don't equal, you know? Mm-hmm. So you gotta like find the equal there.
Keep that same energy.
Keep the same energy, you know? Like, yeah, you get pushed, you push back. Mm-hmm. This is a scenario where I think the energy was not matched. Like the bullying and then bringing the knife and then happen to use it. Mm. doesn't match up, and that's where the situation can get like iffy. What you think?
Did he fear for his life? I guess it's the only thing he can actually
say. Don't get to tell a white jury that you fear. I'm not fucking understand what I'm saying.
I'm not defending him.
You don't get to say I fear for my life.
I'm not defending him.
You're the person they scared of.
Here's the thing. I'm not his lawyer.
You're the person they're in fear of.
I can't defend him that way.
Why do you think they send 10 cops to arrest one nigga? Because they want to put that narrative in your head that black men are so fucking dangerous and fucking you should be so afraid of them that it takes 10 of us professionals to arrest one of them. So when you see one in the street, you shoot first and go, I didn't know.
Oh no, trust me.
Take 10 of y'all to arrest them, so I'm shooting them.
The talks I got were like, don't do none of that white. Don't go nowhere white. Where you gonna be the only person there? Don't go home late at night where it's a white street and you might hit you with your car. Don't walk down the street. Don't walk in the stay on the sidewalk as close. Like I got so many speeches about. Don't step on their grass. Grass to this day. I tell my son when we walking through like the white people, like, do not touch their grass. Because I don't want nobody to stick out their head and go, "Hey, nigga, get off!" Like I don't want any kind of. I tell them all the time, don't touch grass.
Listen to what you're saying. That's fucking ridiculous
Psycho.
that we would even have to think like
in
that.
2025.
But that's how left it can go from something so minuscule. So imagine a knife in your bag going to school.
No,
it's going left.
I wouldn't have went. Like you said earlier, I don't go anywhere. I hate going places where I'm like, I'm definitely gonna be the only nigga here. And
you
for
mean
how
a comedy
long?
store?
Bro, it'd be wherever I go, I'd be like, okay, it's about to be me just only. I'd be like, how long I gotta be there?
Let me say this.
Images for Thanksgiving?
I went to bro, she took me to Montana. Scariest weekend of my life. I've never been more uncomfortable in my life being in Montana for 3 days. I was like, and they wasn't like they was bad, but I've never been for sure the only nigga in like a 50-mile radius. I was like, this is
50-mile radius.
Bro, it's crazy because you don't know what they're gonna do. You never know what people thinking when it's just you.
The sad part is when you say, as a black person, we have to watch everywhere we go. We go somewhere. It is all black people. Oh shoot, I gotta watch my back. It's all black people. Oh shoot, I walk in it's all white people.
The world streaming now.
Oh shoot, I'm the only black person in here. I gotta watch my back. But how many stories can we name to where that black kid got killed?
Unfortunately.
Too many.
Wait, unfortunately. Or how many stories is... You know how many stories there are of black men in jail right now?
Right.
For something they didn't do? They just released a guy the other day on the news. 28 years.
Jeez. You can't get that back.
2 cops pulled him over. We had a report or some shit that happened way across town. Nigga, you fit the description, which he did not.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And every other cop along the line was like, fuck it, pass that shit through. Nobody said, wait a minute. They said 6'2", this motherfucker 5'8".
Right.
They said light skin, he's fucking brown skin. They said bald head, he's got a fucking head full of hair. Nobody gave a fuck.
See,
you don't put yourself, and even, now listen.
Even when you don't
I'm
put
not
yourself
saying that
in
that's
there,
the safety net. That's not the safety net.
Right.
I'm walking, I used to work for the last job I had before I became a superhero. I worked for AIG Insurance. The department I worked in was a 24-hour department. 8 to 4, 4 to 12, 12 to 8. They had me on the third shift, from 12 midnight to 8 in the morning. One day I'm walking to the train station. One night I'm walking to the train station. This is in Brooklyn. Got my backpack on. Got my fucking laptop, my computer credentials on to get into the building. Building's mad secured. I got codes and all type of shit. I'm walking. I turn the corner. 2 cop cars. At the staircase to the train station, right there. I'm like, fuck. I'm like as far away from the staircase as I am from Trent. I'm about to go downstairs and be out of their way. They caught me this far away. Get up against the wall. Drop my bag immediately because they might think it's a weapon in there. So now I can't get to the weapon. You think it's a weapon. Drop it immediately. Hands up. Turn around. Face the wall. On the wall. That steel gate was down on the bodega. So they smash it into that. Bang! You hear that bang. Face right into it. I don't say nothing. I don't say, come on, man. What you doing? That would provoke. I don't do that. All right. Bang. Face into the gate. 2 cops. 2 cars pull up. They call another car. That car pulls up. This guy's the boss of those guys. I don't know what the fucking ranking is, but he gets out. Elbow to my back. Forearm to my back. Yeah, what? Do something. Do it. Yeah, you want to run? Do it. I'm just like this. He just keep pushing me into the wall. I'm not saying nothing. They take the person out the car. The person gets out the car and goes, that's not him. That's not him. They go, all right. They put him back in the car. They drive off. If that motherfucker would have said, I don't know, I'd be gone.
I think
I'd be gone.
It's like, here we go again. You probably don't see all the posts that I put, but I'll always say, this is what they do. It's no question. They always look for an opportunity to tune somebody that has dark skin up. That's the way that it works. It's a race war, whether you want to believe it or not. This is what and that's police. That's okay. Police. Then you have the whole court system that makes it that you are, it's like they target you because there's a whole system to keep you in it. You know, what's his name? Cameron. He's 17 years old. Cameron. Carmelo. He's 17 years old. They got one. That's money. Yeah. If they can keep him into the system, that's money. Take him off the street. Whatever you want to look at this, the scenario is bigger than what we're actually seeing.
Getting detained
and you should
getting processed is very much a
murder?
Traumatizing feeling, and it's more likely you'll get it again if once you experience it. They just like once we get them, we're gonna get them to the system way or the other. Yeah. It's like fucking Herbalife. Like once they lock you up for one thing, even if it's something mild, it's like I'd have been locked up before. You can say this shit out loud to some people sometimes. Yeah, I've been like it's very traumatic.
That explains our ignorance.
Yeah,
but we think it's a rite of passage.
Yeah,
like I've been locked up before. It ain't shit. Nobody should think like that.
That's trauma.
We should right. We should, and also we should teach our children, especially at 17, how to interact with the cops. You don't tell them, yeah, I did it. You don't tell them like, oh, the alleged step. I ain't alleged. I did it.
You don't say.
Don't say
nothing.
What was he read his
Miranda?
What was your lawyer when
don't write
like
nothing?
Was he read his rights? That wasn't in the report.
Were you told how to interact with cops when you what your parents tell you?
Yeah, don't say anything. They said call. My mom's like, call her. My mom's a cop, so my mom's like, call her if you ever get pulled over. Just like have me on the phone, and I'll like if you have any questions, I'll tell you what to do. But don't say nothing. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Be respectful.
Have you had your I'm really a nigga moment though? Like where you got treated like a nigga, and it's like, oh, should they really give me nigga treatment right now?
I don't think so.
Okay, I had mine in college.
When it happens, at 20, when it happens, call one of us.
Yeah, so talk to us about it when it happens, because when it happens, it make you feel like Cuba getting judged. Yeah, because I'm in college. I'm at Purdue University, bro. I just went to a party.
Well, that's where you were wrong.
I'm in Indiana. I'm in West Lafayette.
Went to Howard.
Exactly. I was in West Lafayette, Indiana, white as a whites, and I had a 93 bubble.
I don't want to hear the story.
Watch it. I had a 93 bubble Caprice. Bubble Caprice, like the one from Baby Boy. Yeah, I had that nigga car. And I had left the party. I had a couple beers. But the party was right here on this side of the street. My dorm or / apartments across the street. I had drove through the little subdivision, crossed the street, and I'm in my parking lot. I am 30 feet from my apartment building. And I'm so like buzzed, I don't even notice that there's 8 lights behind me. Like 8 different police cars. And I was like, the fuck? And I'm like, let me just park and see what's going on. I let my window down. Driver, turn your keys off, turn your car off, stick your keys out the door and drop them out there. I'm like, damn, this DWI credit test getting crazy. So I took the keys out, I threw them out. Driver, stick your hand out the door, open your own door and walk it backwards with your hand behind your head. I'm like, this test is getting hella aggressive. I'm walking back, about 10 steps back. All I feel is, where the fuck is the gun? I'm like, where the fuck is the what? Like the gun. They said you had a gun. I'm like, oh no, y'all got the wrong guy. I'm drunk. Like I was trying to get out of that shit. No. I got beer bottles and everything. I just left the party drunk. I ain't got no guns. It's a Caprice, but this ain't my.
I got beer bottles and everything.
I'm like, jail being drunk. Thank you for jail being drunk. I ain't got no guns.
I didn't kill nobody.
They handcuffed me, threw me in their back seat, handcuffed back seat. They going through my Caprice, and I'm like, it's like bottles in there. They throwing these fucking bottles out. I'm like, where's the gun? And they looking for a gun. They don't find a gun. They close all my shit back up and go, so what are you, like a student or something? I'm like, yeah, at Purdue. I'm like, yeah. They're like, huh. Well, they said that nigga was shooting, so and a car like yours. And so we stopped you. And I'm like, I got back in my car and drove 20 feet, and all my neighbors in the whole, they all outside like, what the fuck was that? And I just sat in my car when I got there and was like, damn, they could have switched cheese my ass if I did something drunkenly been like, man, what the fuck wrong, nigga? Yeah. Like, just did something stupid.
It's a feeling.
I
never forgot that.
Back to my original point.
Indiana for sure.
You shouldn't have went to Purdue.
Right.
You could have went to Howard and that would have never happened.
Shout out.
You could have went to HBCU.
I hope.
You ain't swag if I ain't swag.
Right. You gotta be
I ain't swag. Who's swag?
Yeah, I wasn't there yet, man.
Yeah, Trey. You just it's gonna happen. I don't know when, but when it does, man, it definitely does something to you. It may not be that traumatic,
exactly,
but it will replay in your mind several times throughout your whole entire life.
I got it super early,
and it happened so fast.
I got it so early. To this day, I told you today I walked in here. today.
I started
And
getting
Mom
mine
was
in
in, I was
like,
like, yo,
I'm still traumatized.
I was
oh,
getting
shit.
my first moments in like the 2nd or 3rd grade.
It happens so fast to you that you be acting like it didn't just happen to you. You got to process that shit like over and over. Like they just fucking like it could be from leadership, representation, co-workers. It just be like people you don't even expect to do it, and you like, what the fuck?
I had one so bad that the white people there were like, "Oh my gosh,
Well, that's bad.
crazy."
Yeah,
I'm at me, Boogie, Marion, and my other boy Greg Stevens. We were all living in Maryland at the time, and we were doing Master P's Hood Stars of Comedy. It was being shot, and that was the first DVD we ever did, and we had to drive to Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's where they was filming. So me, Boogie, and Greg Stevens was going to go rent the car at BWI Airport at the rental car spot. I used to rent them all the time to drive to New York and stuff. So we in the rental car place, in the rental car center at the airport. And
well, that airport is notorious. But
yeah, listen, and we there, and you know, Greg is trying to rent the car first, but something going on with his license because he's like, I'll rent it, I get the discount. I rent there all the time. So Greg was trying to rent it, didn't work out. So I was just like, yo, I'll rent it. Anyway, we there longer than what we need to be because we was waiting on Greg and didn't work out. So then I said, I'll go ahead and do it. And all of a sudden, by doing that, about 3 or 4 cops come in, 2 which were black, 2 which were white. And they just there, but we not paying them no mind. Because, we like, hey, we just handling our business, try to rent this car so we can get on the highway to drive to Fayetteville, North Carolina. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the cops approach us. And I go outside to make a call, and the cop asked me for my ID. And I'm like, why you need my ID? I just want to see your ID. All right, fuck it. Here's my ID. Trying to check to see if I had any warrants. I ain't tripping. All right, give me my ID back. Going there. All of a sudden, the cops gathering around, and they just start looking at me, Greg, and Boogie. But we really not really paying them no mind. Then all of a sudden, they come to us and ask us for everybody's ID. And be like, what's going on? Why you need our IDs? You guys fit a description. We like, fit a description of what? We here trying to rent a car. You guys fit a description. Let me see everybody's ID. And then Boogie's like, dog, I'm from New Orleans. I lost all my stuff in Katrina. I don't got my ID. And they going in, they harassing us. We like, we want y'all badge numbers. We go all in. So they really going in. I walked past one of the cops to sit down. The white cop was like, oh, that's smart for you to walk past the side that my gun is on. And I'm like, bruh, I'm just like, yo, I'm just trying to sit down. And they harassed us so bad, the white people in there that was renting cars also was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And they, and eventually, they left us alone, left, and we got the car. But that shit made you feel like it could have went left so easy.
Yeah, like you could have died that night.
I could have died that night.
I call those race soldiers masquerading as police officers.
And the 2 black people didn't help. The 2 black officers
collaborators.
That's the worst.
That's
the worst.
Like, it was a black man and a black woman. And I said, yo, y'all gonna let this happen? I said, y'all really gonna? And they couldn't even look at me in the eye.
They're right. They don't even make eye contact with you.
Happened to me in Atlanta at the airport. First class, boarding first class. I'm walking. Step out of line, please. Step out of line. Headphones on. Jacket, backpack. Step out of line. Step out of line. Okay, step to the side. White guy. ID. All right. Yeah. My ID. Got boarding pass. Where you heading? Now I'm gonna be smart a little bit when I know I shouldn't get shot. Right. Where you heading? Says it on the ticket. Where you heading? Says it on the ticket. Yeah. Say where you're going. Going to New York, man. Like now you're being dumb, so I'm gonna be a little bit dumb. I ain't trying to get shot, but it says it on the ticket, bro. Yeah. Well, you look suspicious. How do I look suspicious? I got on a hoodie just like he got a hoodie on, and she got on a backpack like he got a backpack, and it's procedure. We have to pull. Anybody looks suspicious? I said, that ain't true, man. That ain't black lady. That ain't true, man. You know that's not. I turned to her. You know that's not true, and she just. And when she did that, I said, "Oh, you know it's not true, but you can't say nothing." I said, "You know it's not true, but you can't
step in."
And she just stood there like this. Bullshit. I said, "Oh, you can't say nothing." Okay. And then of course I love this part. What are you traveling for? And I go, oh, thank you for asking. I always say that. Thank you for asking. I'm one of the best comedians in the world, and I'm on tour right now, and I'm leaving this city, heading to the next city. You're a comedian? Yeah. So I make it, rock? Yeah. Any relation? Yeah, Rose is my mother. Yeah, Julius is my father. Yeah, I'm related. Yeah. All right. Well, it's procedure. There's nothing personal. Okay, so you're gonna take somebody else out of line in a second, right? Because it's procedure. Nobody else.
Man, there's something to be said about the black person in position of authority giving you an even worse time than the white cop or white agent or whatever.
Pull up Malcolm X speech on that.
Look, they sometimes treat you worse to prove themselves that they're down.
Malcolm X speech on that says the same thing.
Certain masters,
they know
impress the
exactly,
master.
yeah.
I think some of them started out thinking, I'm gonna be the change I want to see. I'm gonna join the police force, and I ain't gonna let that shit fly. And like 2 years in, they was like, oh fuck. So
it's
okay,
bigger
it's bigger than me.
It's
bigger than me.
I
can't do
black cop
shit.
say to me, white cop pulled me over. Now at this time I was all in the wrong, nigga. I was in Atlanta. I had expired license, expired tags. Altered the sticker on my license plate.
See,
to make you
could have got killed, bro.
Yeah,
and that's all you heard.
And look,
he
all
altered
boiled
his
down
tag.
to I was just broke. I ain't had no money to get none of this shit right.
Facts.
So, but that's all. So I'm driving. I get pulled over. I'm one exit away from my exit. Cop get behind me. Georgia State Patrol officer, white guy, pulled me over. Sees all this. I was good until he saw me color the sticker on the back of the license plate. All right, so you got to get out the car. Get out the car. Handcuffs me. You have any weapons, anything on you? I said, I don't. Check my pockets. I probably had like a random toothbrush. I'm out here just trying to figure life out. You know what I mean? And he sits me in the back of his car. And then another Georgia State police officer comes. Black guy.
When another one pull up, it's going back.
The black guy.
When another one pull up, it's going left.
Yeah, he told the black guy everything I did. Yeah, license is suspended, tags is expired, and he altered the sticker on his car. Black officer was like, oh yeah, lock his ass up.
Damn.
Oh.
Then he drove off. I'm like, fuck. So I'm in the back of the car, and the white officer's in there. He asking me questions. Where you live? I said, man, I'm actually one exit up. I was where you head. That's where I live. My son and my girl, and man, I'm just broke, man. I couldn't really afford to get all this stuff done. I know it was wrong, but man, I'm just out here really trying to figure out. I got a job. I work at UPS. I'm just really being my regular self. Man, look, man, I'm struggling. Trying to figure it out. And he asked me all these questions, and at the end, he's like, I'm gonna let you go. He said, I'm gonna let you go, man. You ain't give me no problems. I could tell you're a good kid, so I'm gonna let you go. He said, I can't let you drive the car. He said, but I gotta tow it, but I'll let you ride with the tow truck driver to the house. But that black cop was like, nigga, lock his ass. I had a black cop tell me with my son in the back of the car.
Black cop said, lock his ass up and drove home to his white wife.
That's an assumption.
Nigga locked up today.
How was your day? Just knock the nigga up. That's that rhubarb pie.
Can I say this? At the end of all of this,
Wrap it up in a bow, Fox. Wrap it up.
At the end of all this, that incident, here we go again. Prayers for the family.
Prayers out to the Metcalf family.
Everybody involved,
all of the families.
Because see you gotta remember, those
Everybody's
students
affected.
Out there, they've never seen anything like
It's
that.
traumatic, no matter who you.
It's traumatic. So hopefully, there's some kind of lesson that need to be learned there. So there's that, and I hope that the Carmelo Anthony, that he does not get railroaded.
Yes.
Too bad, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I hope I didn't sound too harsh.
Listen.
I hope I didn't sound too harsh against Carmelo Anthony. I think both families are gonna lose a child.
Yeah.
I have no faith in the judicial system when it comes to young black men, 17 years old.
It's a different set of rules.
I don't see a optimistic outcome in this, but again, my prayers go out to both families.
Yeah.
We have to do a better job of educating our children, and we have to get rid of this notion of I should be able to, and nobody gonna tell me what to do. It's this false sense of pride almost that we have, that we should, ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that, and you ain't gonna do me like.
That's in a bubble.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, really?
I'm
not saying you're not anybody, but like, really understand what you're saying. Like, yo, I wish a motherfucker would. Like, nah, you really don't wish a motherfucker would, because they have, the motherfucker would, and he has the law behind it.
I was like, that's the reason they call the cops. They call the cops because that's they back up.
A system that backs everything that he's doing behind him.
I think that's part of
So
what
we gotta
teach
educate our kids.
educate the kids on that.
Yeah.
Because we don't even see that it's working, and then we just let things happen in the system. We don't know what to do.
It's working in their favor, man.
Yeah.
It's working in their favor.
Man, that was intense.
Yeah, man.
Went to Usher to.
Yeah, we talk about everything
He
here.
just mad about Usher. So he just murder. He like, Usher was deep, man. Let him know where you at, Grimy.
Mr. Tan Panda in Long Beach this weekend. Couple more shows around LA. At Mr. Tan Panda.
Trent, where you at?
I am at the Zebra Room tomorrow, Wednesday. You can find all my shows on my Instagram at Trent, and I'm filming my comedy special here on May 12th, Monday, May 12th.
His birthday.
On my birthday.
21 Savage.
21st birthday, pull up, May 12th.
And stay tuned for the interns freestyle following this episode of Live in the Green Room.
Love it.
Yo, I'm chilling this week. As far as traveling, week after that, Easter weekend, we are in Toledo, Ohio.
This weekend, Tampa, Florida. Next weekend, Toledo, Ohio. Weekend after that, Cleveland. I'm going home to see my mommy for Easter Sunday, get some home cooking, see the fam. The Born to Rock tour, man, it's picking up steam. It's hard, bro. It's like the hardest tour going today. I still
The hottest.
Yeah.
It's the hardest, whatever you want to call it. Yo, Born to Rock in the building. Charleston, Dad, I love you very much. Congratulations on getting accepted to the school today.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, picking you up and taking you and all that good stuff. And thank you to all our subscribers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Please leave your comments. Let us know what you think. Like, talk to us, because we'll address your comments on the episode. We'll just pull all your comments and address those on the episode.
Yeah,
we at 3887.
3887
Road to
and
4K.
growing. And
Road
growing.
to 4K.
Yo, we thank you all. Thank you for tuning in. We got to go to work, man. It's Ruben Paul's birthday. We going to the Laugh Factory. Ruben Paul's birthday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to my brother, yo. Happy birthday to my brother Ryan in DC. Yo, Rye. Love, baby.
Get up, Rye.
Yo, we out. Peace.
Peace.
Trenton be really the best that you ever seen. Literally think I'm the one like Billie Jean. Moonwalking on the enemy's graves like I was Mike Jack in the Thriller scenes. Got a lot of drive, money longer than a limousine. Killing each beat, blow your mind like Kennedy's. Keeping it 100, I'm a centipede. Flow silly, cold, chili, froze like vanilla bean. Really clean and fresher than Listerine. I'm from the DMV, that mean you gotta wait in line just to speak to me. Give me the city key and put me in history. As a star you put on top like a Christmas tree. You imbeciles too typical, pitiful. I'm an alien with 2 tentacles. I'ma have my grip bigger than a new middle school. Slick hustler, dude, I'm a smooth criminal. Sheesh.